day, family. Gerald Osby, New Testament TV. Coming at you for New Testament TV. Me and a young man had a conversation today, and we was talking about the gospel. I tried to explain to him about how much false doctrine is out there today. Anytime someone listens, takes the time out to listen, it's always a good thing. I was able to get the word out. It's always a blessing. But today, I was thinking about the gospel. What is the gospel? Of course, we all know that it's, the death and rise of Christ, the death and the resurrection of Christ. I was reading 1 Corinthians 15, 3 and 4. And I think that, as we all know, that is the gospel. It explains it for us. So I just want to read that and go over it a little bit. And it reads, and this is 1 Corinthians 15, 3 and 4. For I delivered to you as of first importance, but is also received, that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he was raised on the third day according to the Scriptures. That's the gospel right there in a nutshell. It's about the death and resurrection of Christ. He died for our sins. He died for we can live according to his word and his way. He didn't die for us just to live in a manner that's pleasing to ourselves. I think that's where we often lose our focus, because we are always concentrating on not what thus said the Lord, but what makes us feel good. And that's something we really need to get control of. Not only what makes us feel good, but what's important to maybe our wife, to maybe our children. We have a tendency to put these things, these worldly things, first before Christ. Christ died so we can live more abundantly. And it didn't mean for we can go out there and make ourselves happy by means of money or by means of our own selfish gain. We have to live more abundantly according to his will. We have to live more abundantly by doing what he says do. We have to live more abundantly by teaching the gospel. We have to live more abundantly by winning souls for Christ. That's what that abundant life is about. We had to learn. We had to learn to live our lives in a manner that's pleasing and acceptable to the Lord. We had to learn to be not only to talk about our dear Lord in the gospel when it's convenient, but we have to learn to make it a lifestyle of ours. We have to be constantly sharing this word. I know it doesn't seem easy, but it's not difficult either. I mean, it's very easy to bring up the Lord in just any general conversation. We had a young man come over this evening who was purchasing some items from my wife. Of course, she makes the body butter. And I was able to slide in a conversation about the Lord and whether or not he goes to church by just sharing some of the videos on TV. So eventually, he said, "Yeah, I need to go. My grandmothers keep getting on me about not going," and I did. And he agreed that he needs to go. So I offered some suggestions on where he could go, without really even getting deep into a conversation about Christ or about God. Of course, that's always good, it's always needed. But you have to fill out the individual that you're talking to. Sometimes it's just, you have to ease it in there gradually. The guy's been working all day, has to drive all the way over to Bladensburg when he left here. And he's been working, he was tired. So sometimes when people are in a certain state of mind, they don't want to hear certain things. They don't want to feel like they're being talked to or preached to. So sometimes you just gotta generally ease it in there, just a general friendly conversation, and you'd be surprised the results that you receive. And again, we have to live our life. We can't just talk it. We gotta live our life that shows that we are also not just talking it, but walking the walk. We had this evangelizing efforts has to be a lifestyle, not just an event, not just something that your particular congregation puts together. Evangelizing has to be an individual lifestyle. And of course, then, when the individuals come together, it's the individual that's living that lifestyle of evangelizing, man, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. So again, I just thank y'all for listening. You know, I ain't never got too much to say. My wife tells me I can be talkative at times, but not today. Yeah, so I really appreciate your time. Just try to concentrate on living in a manner that's pleasing and acceptable to God. You have to treat your wife in a manner that pleases God. You have to treat strangers in a manner that pleases God. And all we gotta do, we gotta just put our nose in this thing right here, our manuscript for life, to get an understanding of what the Lord would have us to do, to please Him. And I just thank the Lord so much for this word. You know, without it, who knows where I would be, or what I would be, or where I would be. It's incredible. It's incredible from what they got, well, from what God has brought me from and through. I am one of the individuals who was not born or was not raised in the church. I didn't become a member of the body until I was in my 40s. Yeah, I'm 55. Yeah. So it's been a minute, but I was blessed enough to get the truth in my 40s. So that's all I can do. It's small thing. It's just a reasonable service I can do. Is to just return the favor to others by just talking about Christ any chance I get, talking about the Bible, talking about church, inviting people out. Me and my family, we're going to be relocating soon. We're going down south, and I will continue this New Testament TV. I just pray that you all just take a moment, watch. Take a moment once you watch, hit that red button and subscribe to the channel, and give me some feedback. Just watch, because this what I'm trying to do is just not just myself. I'm not gonna be on here every week. I plan on having several, people I can who's going to talk this word, who's going to preach the word, who's going to share the word, whose sole purpose in life is to, share the gospel. Because that's why we're here. That's our purpose. I mean, them scientists out there trying to figure out our purpose, but our purpose is to glorify God and share His word. That's our purpose. It's simple. I